Hey gang, welcome back to Dwight and Sharon's new place in Madeira. Just thought I'd come out and do this little video. They've been out here working on the house. Wanted to show you guys a couple of things. You notice they got the roof finished. They got all the flashing up. They got the roof vent on the other side taken care of. All right, let me show you a little bit of something about the roof. They got all the shingles here that were missing the other day, of course, and then of course that drip edge, that black drip edge. But what you see there is the aluminum piece. That's flashing. That is secured to the house and then goes down underneath the shingle with what they call blackjack on the very top. It kind of cements it together, and then on top of all of that vertical surface they'll put the siding, so all the water will come down this way and away from the house and off the house. That's called flashing. Okay, they've got that. We've got our windows in. Let me get in here out of the wind. All right, we've got our windows in, and these are what they call low E windows. You probably can't tell, maybe you can by the video. It has like a little green tint to it. That's a low E window. What it does is got a coating in the glass that when the heat hits the window, it gets reflected back out, so that the 95 degrees that's out here will never be touching the 72 degrees that's inside. And of course, they're double pane windows. Right? There's two layers of glass, one here and then about a ½ inch air gap, and then there's one on the inside as well. Okay, and that helps insulate the house. Okay, insulate the windows. All right, so those are the windows. We're going to take a walk around. Oh, one more thing while we're here. These are what they call nail tabs. Okay, what this does is you have the rough open. If you guys remember the rough opening, right, the whole framing 2x4, this is the nail tabs, and of course they use screws. They just call them nail tabs because back in the old days they would use nails, but this is what holds it. They caulk in behind here. This has all been caulked. Then they screw in the window all the way around, so it seals it nice and tight, weather tight. And you guys remember the tape that was on the sill of the window, right? And so now the window is completely watertight down here, and what they'll do now is they'll flash tape over the top of all of this as well. Okay, this will all be sealed up with tape. Okay, and then all the siding goes over the top of that, so it makes it nice and water and wind resistant. Okay, let's go inside and see what else we can come up with to talk about. We're in kind of the rough punch mode right now. Here, let's go around the back side of those front windows so you guys can see what's going on here. All right, and you can see that this is what they call the rough opening, where the wood is. That's called the rough opening. Okay, they've got the windows set in the rough opening, and there's that tape that's on the ins. You know, you can see it from the inside. That kind of goes over the top. And then what they also have to do is they have to caulk, or actually they use foam, and they go right inside here. It helps insulate the windows some more. So that'll be around all of the windows throughout the entire house. Okay, so that all has to be caulked yet. Or spray foam actually is what it is. Okay, so and again, right now we're in what they call rough punch. Okay, so there's some things that need to be adjusted on the house. Okay, this our number 2 bathroom here. On the floor, the builder Craig has wrote 20 amp heater. Okay, because in this bathroom we're not going to have a standard exhaust fan like we've talked about before. That's a standard exhaust fan. Ours is going to have a fan with a heater. Okay, which we've already purchased. Right here, there needs to be a switch for that. Okay, so there needs to actually be another switch installed here. So those will have to get bigger because we need one for the heater, one for the light and the fan, one for the vanity light that's over the sink, and then of course one for the can light that's over the bathtub. So they'll have to redo that. So that's all part of the process. Okay, some more things, like, do you remember the 2 panels I have out in the garage, the twin 150 amp panels? The water heater is supposed to be on the right panel. It's not, so there's a note on it to move the water heater wiring to the right panel. Okay, anything in here we can talk about? I think we're in pretty good shape here. Nothing really needs to be punched. We got the gas lines in too, so we got the gas lines there. That's for the stove. This is for the pool heater. Okay, so we've got all of that in now. And I was in the other day doing what they call blocking. All of the TVs that are going to be elevated, you know, in our gathering room, the TV is going to be up high. And what I did is put in blocking so that when I zip the TV to the wall, you don't have to just hit stud, you can hit the blocking. Okay, so I've done that here. Again, this is where the power is going to be for the TV, and then the cable access is going to be here. Okay, so it'll all be elevated. I also did that for the for the lanai TV, and I wasn't quite sure what we were going to do out there, so I put in a ton of blocking. Okay, so again, TV's going to be there, cable's going to be there. Okay, and then whatever we end up doing, I got plenty of mounting capacity for the elevated TV. Okay, but they installed the windows. The framers still have to come back, because if you look at that center one, this is all part of the building process, nothing to be concerned about. But if you look at those 3 transom windows up there, all of those 2 are square. The center one runs downhill a little bit, and that framing runs uphill a little bit, if you guys can see that. Okay, so when we put our windowsills up there and we're using quartz for the windowsills, it'll never work. So that'll all be cattywampus. So I texted Craig this morning, need to take a look at it, because you can't side the outside the house with that window crooked, or else you'll have to live with it, and I don't want to live with that. Okay, still got to cut down our knee wall for the shower. It's got to go down to 36 inches. They have already lowered all the plumbing for the showers. So they're down low now. They look super low, but when you're in the shower, they actually won't be low, because the wall's got to come down another 12 inches. Okay, so they might be a tick low, but it's really nothing that's going to hurt anything. Okay, and then of course they got to put in the shower niche there. Okay, we got our blocking down there for Sharon's heater. Got all that put together. What else we got here? Here in our flex room, I put the blocking up for the TV that's going to be elevated up on the wall. Okay. Electricians still have to come back also and add a dedicated, he's got it written down on the wall, on the floor, that's a dedicated 20 amp line that has to go there. Alright, and what that means is that it's going to be able to carry 20 amps, it's a 20 amp circuit, and it's all by itself. There's no other receptacles on it. That's for the sauna. Okay, so that's still got to be put in. Okay, so a couple things. Again, this is what they call the rough punch, where the trades come in and just kind of tweak a few things for us. And if we go out in the garage, I've also blocked up an elevated position for a TV in the garage. Okay. And Craig also wrote on there, move up, because that receptacle's too low. It's supposed to be up at 84 inches. Okay. Let's see. Yep. Move water heater over to this side. All right, and the reason I did that, as you guys know, so if we have a power outage and I have to backfeed that panel, all of our essentials are in that one panel. And when I do extra stuff in the garage, it's easier to get into this panel. When I have to pipe new circuits, it's easier to get into that left panel than it will be to get into that right panel. So let them fill up that panel and leave me a bunch of open holes there that I can do. Okay, that's kind of my thought on it. I think that's really about the size of it, guys. We got windows in, gas lines are in. I think that's really about the size of it. And the gas lines, one's for the hot water heater, one's for the future tiki torches out in the pool, one's for the pool heater, one will be for the hot water heater, one's for the outdoor gas grill we might end up putting in. Okay, so let's walk around the house. Why don't we do that? That way you guys can see all the windows and stuff from the outside. You've seen all this before, right? All the power, the water. Oops, sorry about that. It's a little windy out here today. Alright, this is the flex room windows. Again, same scenario. They've got them taped, they've got them screwed tight, they've got it caulked in behind. There's those 3 transom windows in the shower. And if you look real carefully, you can see that that middle one's a little cockeyed. So we need to get that squared away. Okay. So the house is going to look kind of cool down if you look down the side with all the windows. So our water spigots, there's another, right here, there's another gas stub for a future outdoor grill. And all they do is they just leave it stubbed out, and then you can tap into that line as you need to. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. our water, our power, all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. And this is the infrastructure side. That's a gas stub for the future tiki torches. Gas stub for a hot water heater. And one thing I do not know, they've got it pressurized from both sides. The gas lines are pressurized from both sides of the house. So I'm not sure why that is. Okay, and then this is a stub out for the pool equipment. Okay, plus a light for the pool. Alright, see, I really wanted that a little further that way, but it'll be fine. I'm just trying to keep all the infrastructure for the pool right in this area and away from the windows. Okay, so not the end of the world. There's not enough pigtail there to move it, so we'll have to let that one go. Sometimes in the building process, you just have to either compromise or kind of let things go if it's really not that big a deal, and that really isn't. So, okay. And that's a transom window from the outside. That's for the number 2 bath. Okay. I think that's it, guys. I think that takes care of it. We have our landscape architect meeting on Wednesday to see what kind of plan they've come up with for us. So we'll try to film some of that for you as well. Okay. Anyway, we appreciate you. Any questions or comments, you know you can always reach out. I'm here for you. Answer any questions that I can. All right. Thanks.